What's up, guys? It's your boy back with another video here to do a final review, overall review of Power Rangers Beast Morphers. Now, I know I'm a little late. I should have done this weeks ago. But after, season 2 just ended overseas, they're still airing episodes over here. I don't know when they come back. Over here, they won't end till like November or something like that. But a lot of people have already finished the series, and I just wanted to give my overall thoughts of the complete series, not just season 1 or just season 2, but the whole series as a whole. And as the title says, it's going to be 6 ups and 4 downs of this season. And okay, now let's start with the ups. I have my notes here, so if I'm looking off, I'm just looking at my notes. Let's start with the ups here. The ups, Ben and Betty. They were pretty funny. A lot of times they didn't feel useless. It was kind of, their humor was kind of corny, but in a good kind of way. It didn't feel like they were trying to shove useless slapstick comedy down our throats like they did in Ninja Steel with those 2 characters. I can't remember the names. Or Bulk and Spike in Samurai. It just felt natural. It actually felt kind of funny. And a lot of times they actually were useful to the Rangers. So I'm going to give that one an up. Number 5, original footage. Now I have seen the counterpart Go Busters twice, and they did use stock footage. However, they had a lot of original footage, especially in the Zords. In the Zord, they had a lot of original Zord battle footage and a lot of original in-suit footage as well, which I think makes the show more interesting, and I think fans like that a lot more when you add more original footage to the show as opposed to using stock footage to get around certain things. So I think that was pretty cool that Chip chose to use more original footage as opposed to using stock footage from the Japanese series. Number 4, the next up, the Dino Team up. We've been anticipating this for years. I guess a lot of fans assumed we were going to get in Dino Charge, but we didn't have the Beast Morphers. They skipped Go Busters and then went to Koyurger. They eventually did bring it back. The Dino Team Up was pretty good. It was the first time we got a actual team up with 2 proper seasons since SPD, and that is a very long time. I do think it lived up to its hype. I mean, it's not the greatest team up, I would say. I mean, it was definitely, I guess I'm in the middle on it. The team up is a positive and a negative. I'll get to the negative later, but it was pretty good. So yeah, the Dino Team up. Number 3, more focus on supporting characters, and what I mean by that is that a lot of the Rangers, there were a lot of focus on. I'm tripping over my words. I think this is one of the rare seasons we get to see all of the Rangers' parents for the first time, and it's pretty cool that we get to focus on them and see what their lives are like, and their interactions with their parents, even the robots. That help the Rangers out. Their robot buddies. I can't think of their names at the moment. Even they get their own stories with the Rangers, and they actually feel important, and they feel like they matter to the team. And feel like they bring something to the team as a whole. Um, so yeah, more focus on supporting characters. Number two, on more fights. Now I and absolutely love on more fights. I think we've been lacking them since the Disney era. In the Disney era, there were a lot on more um, fight sequences, and I love a season of Power Rangers that has a lot of more fight scenes. And this one, Beast Morphers definitely brought them back to an extent, and it is pretty cool to see them finally embracing more fights because after in the Neil Saban era, we technically don't get to see a lot of them, and the unmore fights in this season are really entertaining and creative. So yeah, and my final up for this season. Spoiler alert: if you have not finished the rest of the series, or if you're waiting for the series to finish in America so you can watch it, it's a direct sequel to RPM. Now, when this series originally first came out, a lot of fans were wondering if it was going to be if there was going to be a tie to allergies, if there's going to be a tie into RPM since they announced um, the Colonel or whatever, Colonel Truman and Dr. K was returning. A lot of people were like, "Oh wait, is there an RPM team up? Is Vengeance gonna return?" And like I said, if you haven't seen it, you have to watch it to find out. But this is the first Power Rangers series that actually is a direct sequel from another series, and it is really cool how they tied it in together, and it make it they tie it in a way that makes sense, and it does feel complete at the end of the day. So it feels like they're completing two series at the same time. Now let's go to the downs. I have four downs for this. For hidden identities, I'm not really a big fan on the Rangers hiding their identities. Um, Kind of gets annoying after a while because they have to lie to the people close to them about where they're going, who they're with, and stuff like that. And it just causes more trouble for them, which causes them to lose, a lot of friends and stuff like that. I think there should be more seasons with the Rangers having their identities known to the public, like Lightspeed and RPM. Um, and what doesn't make sense is that they work for the government, but yet their identities are secret. That doesn't make sense to me at all. But whatever. The next one is the Red Ranger daddy issues. Now, God, this all started in Time Force. But so far, I think we've had like 4 seasons where the Red Ranger has had daddy issues. Wes with his dad, um, Wes wants to follow his own destiny, but his dad wants him to take over the company. Scott with his dad, he wants to be as good as his brother, or be greater than his brother, or live up to expectations of from his father. Um, what were the other two? Dino Charge. Tyler's looking for his missing father. Ninja Steel, Brody, a recycled storyline. He's looking for his missing father. And the Red Ranger from Devin from Beast Morphers. Him and his dad have their own little spat. So it kind of gets annoying that they keep doing that over and over and over again. Next one, little focus on Real, Blaze, and Roxy. Now, when they first split apart, they were trapped in like a coma state, And when season 1 was completed, I figured that going into season 2 we would get more focus on those two characters since they were finally, up and awake now. Uh, but I mean, it doesn't really. We don't really get to see them as much as we like to. I think, in my opinion, that there should have been more focus on both of them as a whole. They aren't really in a lot of episodes. They focus more on the evil Blaze and the evil Roxy than the real Roxy and the real Blaze, which is very disappointing. And my final down is wasting Austin St. John. Now, like I said, even though I enjoyed the Dino Team Up, it was pretty good. They hyped Austin St. John's return at, for months it's been hyped. From the cons to Instagram, Twitter, I mean, everyone was talking about it, his return, but it was very disappointing. I mean, he kind of just shows up and then Morris battles, says goodbye, and that's it. We don't get an unmorphed fight or anything. I mean, he's just kind of there. It's kind of like how it was kind of like, I guess a way to put it is how one of the Rangers showed up in Dimensions in Danger. I mean, they had a few dialogue, morphed, and that was it. I mean, there could have been more to it, but I feel like they could have used him a lot more. They could have done a lot more with Usher St. John, and it was just disappointing. It was just disappointing. It didn't really. Okay. It didn't live up to its hype. I did enjoy the team up. However, they could have done more with him, is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, those are my ups and my downs. Those are my overall thoughts of Power Rangers Beast Morphers, the series as a whole. Let me know what you guys think. What are your ups? What are your downs of the season? Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.